Underground Rap News. Today we're going to be here interviewing Yxng Skxng. And before we get into it, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to help support the channel and help support him. And we're just going to jump right into it. First question I have for you is, how did you come up with your artist name?
It honestly started as just a joke between one of me and my homies. We always talked about like how UK artist names were way more violent than the people actually were,
Mhm.
and we were fucking going back and forth on some names, and Yxng Skxng was one of them. And then I started taking music seriously about a year or two after, and then it just came around like that.
All right. And how long ago was that?
2020, 2020, 2021, I
All
want to
right.
say.
What city did you grow up in?
Warwickshire. It's not too far from Coventry.
And that's in the UK.
Yeah,
All right. So how old are you right now?
I'm 20.
All right.
I'm
How would
fucking
you
old.
how would you describe your childhood and how did that lead up to you deciding to pursue a career in music?
I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I'm like I had a bad childhood or anything. Like we got by and shit, but yeah, everyone's got their problems. I feel like, and I just use music to express my own and create the art that I feel like needs to be put out.
All right. So, what's the story behind the first ever song that you dropped?
Damn. Okay, that takes me back. Um, I'm pretty sure it was just freestyle, and I just fuck with it heavy, a lot
Mhm.
heavier than all my other shit. So I really started taking it like a lot more serious
Mhm.
around then.
All right. So, who would you say are some of your biggest inspirations?
X, definitely X. Travis Scott as of right now. Carti as of right now. Uzi. Uh, just the whole SoundCloud era in general,
Mhm.
and like the whole SoundCloud wave, how like from when it started to how it is now. That whole thing, honestly.
All right. So, from the first song you made up until now, what are some of the biggest challenges you faced in your career and how did you overcome them?
Recording and mixing a lot
Mhm.
because I started out on I started out recording on my phone when I first started, and then I've been able to work myself up, get a mic, get a whole setup and shit, and then just keep improving myself because people have always said that my mixing's always been a bit off, my recording's been a bit off. So the hardest thing's probably been consistently working on that year after year, progressing, you know.
Yeah. So, how did your friends and family react when you first started making music?
They were mad supportive, which I was surprised about
Hmm.
because I was trash back in the day. So I
Yeah.
thought when I showed them, they were gonna be like, "This is fucking shit. You should just stop." But nah, they told me to keep going and shit. They were mad supportive.
All right. So, what would you say has been your number one favorite moment of your career so far?
Um, the creation of albums. I really
Hmm.
like making albums and the whole world building aspect where you could just dive into something that maybe doesn't even exist yet and just create something new, you know?
Hmm. All right. So, my next question, I'm sure the fans are wondering, do you have any new music in the works right now, and when can we expect your next release?
Yeah, I've got a lot of shit on the way. I'm about to drop a single in a couple of days. I don't know if the single will be out by then, but yeah, called Johnny Galindo. And then straight after that, like a week or two after that, I'm dropping a brand new album.
All right. So, what are some of your goals that you'd like to accomplish by the end of the year?
Um, that's a good question. Uh, to make, I want to say to make as much music as I can and to progress as much as I can within my sound.
Mhm. All right. So my next question for you is, would you ever consider signing to a major label? And if you did, what would that ideal contract need to look like?
It honestly depends on the label because there's a lot of labels that I kind of fuck with, but a lot of labels that I really don't fuck with,
Mhm.
like Enco, for example, the way they fuck Juice over.
Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
I could not see that happening to my legacy or career. Like, I would just not let that happen.
Mhm.
But on the other side, the way I honestly think Empire has a lot of people discredit him a lot from how they handled X's career
Mhm.
because people hate on that a lot, and I feel like X didn't have much music recorded when he died, and I feel like they just did what they can with what he had. So
Mhm.
I kind of want something like that to happen,
Yeah.
type shit.
So who are the top three artists you want to collab with someday in your career?
Definitely Carti Uzi and shit. I'm gonna say four Kanye and Travis.
All right. So who's your number one favorite artist you've collabed with so far?
We talking mainstream or just underground?
Just anyone you've collabed with so far? Your personal favorite?
Baby Kappa.
All right. So my next question for you, out of all the songs in your entire discography, what do you think is the most slept on song that a lot of your fans might not know about?
Damn. Red Bottoms. Red
Red
Bottoms.
Bottoms? All right.
Yeah.
What would you say is the biggest thing that makes you different from other artists?
The way I approach music, like from the way how I write verses and lyrics to the way I record them, I feel like that's really different. I've got a weird kind of approach when it comes
Mhm.
to recording.
All right. So do you have any other hobbies outside of music?
Um, Not that comes straight to mind. Like, there's probably going to be something here and there, but nothing as dominant as music. Like, music takes over my whole life, and it has done for pretty much my whole life.
All right. So what's your average daily routine look like right now?
Shit, I'll wake up, brush my teeth, eat, get all that out of the way, make a beat, smoke, record, eat again, back to sleep, and then recording more the next day.
All right. So my next question for you is what's your number one biggest red flag in a girl?
Damn. Okay. Shit. When when they start to lie about
Yeah.
anything, like it could be the smallest lie. As soon as you lie about something, you're gonna lie about something else.
Mhm. All right. So do you like any sports?
Shit, I used to fuck with like hockey and basketball and a little bit of soccer here and there.
All right. Do you like any video games?
Yeah, I fuck with GTA. I fuck with Fortnite. I fuck with Minecraft now and then. I fuck with a lot of shit. There's some shit like from back in the day, like Sonic, Super Mario Brothers 2, like on the DS and shit. A lot of the OG shit too.
All right. What would you say is your all-time favorite fast food restaurant?
Damn, KFC, but they don't got no KFCs near me, so
Uh,
I'm out to say McDonald's too,
all right.
just because of how accessible it is and shit.
Mhm. What would you say is your favorite clothing brand right now?
Vape, and it always has been, and it always will be.
All right. So, what are some of your dream cars that you want to buy after you blow up?
I want a G class Benz, and that's all I want. I
All
don't
right.
want no other car than a G class Benz.
Okay. So, what would you say are some of the biggest things that motivate you to keep grinding every day?
The hate. I
Mhm.
really love the hate and the fact that people can spend, like, I can spend time recording shit making and creating all this shit, and they can spend the same amount of time like commenting some stupid shit under a post, trying to bring me down when they could be doing that exact same shit to bring themselves up. Like,
Hmm.
I love that shit.
Yeah. So, who would you say is the GOAT of rap in your opinion?
Damn. Of all time, Biggie. Right now, I'm gonna say Kendrick,
Hmm.
just because of the lyrical ability he has.
Yeah, for
Honestly,
sure. All right. So, my final question that I have for you is, what's the number one biggest piece of advice that you would give to other artists?
don't hold yourself back. There's a that bro. When I started making music, there was so much that I didn't want to do, like put voice notes, put samples in my music and shit. Don't hold yourself back. The more you do, the better you will get. And the better you get, the more music you'll make. And the more you make, the better it will be. I promise you, bro.
For sure. All right. Well, that's all we have for today. Make sure y'all go check out Young Skang's music if you haven't already. And make sure y'all subscribe to stay tuned for future interviews and send me a DM on Instagram if you want to be interviewed next. Thanks for watching.